Ooh.
Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now.
Where I am now.
And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live. Or you can go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM and go to church webcast and click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. Mr. E, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, and WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. We have a new channel. That's FYI Radio Show. Host Yolanda Hinton. That's on YouTube. You can still go to Cristo Records 1, CRISTO Records 1 on YouTube. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
Mr. E, I like your hair. But Mr. E, what day is it today?
Today is hump day.
That's a nice, clean, cool. You got American Legion hat day.
That's right.
Mr. E, is beautiful outside. We're expecting like in the 80s here in the Hampton Roads area.
It's on and popping. What a beautiful day it's going to be. It's going to be a beautiful
What about
day.
on and popping with those games on last night? You know, you got to talk about it.
You know, Miss Hinton, I didn't want to get into that today because it's not sports.
Wait, go ahead and just say
But
it.
let me tell you, the Lakers that will be playing against the Pelicans and the Kings will be playing against the Warriors. So the Warriors,
What do you mean?
the Kings beat, the Kings beat the Warriors last night.
Absolutely.
And the Lakers beat the Pelicans.
Mr. E,
Tied ball game, nice game last
Mr.
night.
E, I'm going to tell you what I usually tell you. It was any man's game. It wasn't toe-to-toe through the whole time.
That's right.
The Pelicans, they were taking a walk, dragging their feet. But after a while, I mean, one hit a point and the other one, it was like right there. Any second, it could have been any man's game.
Miss Hinton, it was toe-to-toe last night. Zion went out the
Zion.
game. He went out the game, and the reason why Zion, for our listening audience, he had a sore. It
Oh,
was sore that bust open or came open that he had to have real good attention to.
but at the last minute, he was mostly in the
That's
game though,
right. That's
but
right.
he couldn't go any longer.
I got to tell him he put some on LeBron James and AD. Y'all got it. Y'all got it from he hit 40 points last night.
Wow.
Fast, quick.
So look, we're going to talk about this on Sports Hub, but I'm very curious. Maybe later on we'll have some time to say where it goes from now, goes from here. But anyway, great game. I hope you all looked at it. In the meantime, this is FYI Wednesday segment. What's under the hat? Issues concerning men.
Just before we go to issues concerning man, let's do something like this. Miss Yolanda, lady here, make it all right. Right here on FYI Radio Show. Go back and get it now. Now, sing, Yolanda, yes, he will make it all right unless you're wrong with Lady Hinton. So make it your business. Go to the nearest record store, radio store, shop and get that right now. Make it all right.
Absolutely. So, Mr. E, today, FYI's Wednesday segment, What's Under the Hat? What is autism?
That's right.
Autism and men, since this is our men's segment. As I think about it, Mr. E, it it don't cross my mind like that. When I think of autism, I always think about kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're just going to talk a little bit, have a little discussion about some of the research that we've done, talking about what is autism and the fact that, we have adult men and women walking around, uh, with autism.
Yep.
Autism. And one other thing, I wanted to keep in mind too, we have been talking about bullying. That's one of Crystal Community's initiatives. And when we talk about bullying, we talk about the bully and how they target certain people. And I found out that, one of the things that they target are handicap or people with different issues and things like that. There have been in the news lately teenagers that have targeted
Yeah.
autistic men and
That's
have
right.
done a lot of harm to them as well.
Miss Hinton, when we begin to look at autism and we ask ourselves, do we know how to deal with it? Or do we know what autism is? Autism is a developmental disorder that affects information processing. People with autism have difficulty using their social and communication skills. They have restricted interest and engage in repetitious behavior. They also tend to experience sensitive and discomfort from sensory stimulation such as certain lights and sound.
Wow. So they're affected by certain things. And one thing about it, you may know someone that's autistic,
Yeah.
but you don't really know because it comes in degrees and,
That's right.
and stages, and you may not necessarily, see it as
That's right. And we used to take that as a joke that, everybody used to joke someone who had some type of form of autism, let's say,
Yes.
on the slow boat China and things of that nature. But this is the real McCoy. This is the real McCoy. And when you look at autism and the symptoms of autism and the cause of autism, we'll find that some of us just barely made it on the level.
Wait a minute, let's rewind.
Yeah, yeah.
We say some folks just close to it.
Just close
Because
to
it,
it.
it
Yeah,
says it's a spectrum. If it goes from the mild to extreme.
that's right.
Okay, the condition is said to exist on a spectrum referred to as autism spectrum disorder, uh, uh, and it refers to high functioning autism, but it's no for a formal diagnosis term. So like I said, it can be very mild. You could do a few things. We're going to talk about those things, but then you'll look at someone and you'll kind of know, hey, that there's something. There are quite a few, not everybody now, you guys, but there are a few people that have that are celebrities that have autistic children.
That's
I
right.
know Toni Braxton, she has a son with autism. There are some other ones that, you know, and the thing about it, from looking at them, sometimes you just cannot tell that that child or that adult person has it.
Mr. Cindy, when we begin to look at the levels, there are three levels of autism.
Mhm.
There's requiring support, there's requiring substantial support, and there's requiring substantial, various
Yes.
substantial support. So there's three levels of autism. It's, the level one is trouble understanding and following social rules.
And Missy, I want to say this because
Yeah,
this is National Autism Month,
that's
and
right.
that's why
That's
we are
right.
bringing the subject. We have some guests that are going to come on and talk to us about it, people that really specialize and know more about autism. But we're introducing this segment today because this is National Autism.
Once again, good morning to Miss Sheila Robbins and also to Mr. Robert Nathan 71. Good morning to you and thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide web. Ms. Hinton, when you look at autism and the levels of
Yes.
autism, the level one is what they call a real mild case. Also, there's, when you look at men and autism, they call it camouflage.
Mm.
You know,
I
um,
was curious about that because they also said masking.
right, right.
And is it just read it a little bit, Mr.
You
Let
know,
me hear what it means for real, for real.
when you look at autism in boys and men, it's camouflaging too.
Mhm.
Autism in boys and men often rely on camouflaging behavior, just like autism women and girls. Camouflaging is linked to public self consciousness. They got a little bit. They know that the mild case, but they can blend in with anybody.
Okay.
Just like the school system are doing right now. They don't want to separate the
Yes,
children
yes,
from the autistic children from the regular students.
absolutely.
They allow them to blend in because they realize that it's just a social and emotional behavior.
Mhm. So level one are requiring support, trouble understanding and following social rules. These are some of the things that they experience, rigid or inflexible behavior, some stress during transitions, and may benefit from therapy or life skills coaching. This is level one.
That's right.
And then it goes to level two. You could have it on the second level.
Right. And level one requires support. It requires support. A person with level one autism requires, less amount of support. Social communication characteristics may include trouble understanding or complying with social conventions. The appearance of disinterest in social action or social emotional sensor dysregulation. Level one restriction, interest, and repetition behavior treat can be a need for additional personal organization strategy, behavior rigid and inflexibility, stress during transitions, attention span difference, pres-
Attention, attention span. Oh,
attention
yes.
span
Okay.
difference, and preservation focus on something longer than is helpful.
And we mentioned that adult men, adult men have. I mentioned that, you know, I did not realize it, but because they have blended in
That's
so
right.
well, and because they said a lot of adults were not diagnosed as children, because you can blend. I mean, there are some things that you are able to master. You live just normally, but there are some things on that first level that you have a problem with. You can get through life with it, and you need some support, but you can definitely live into adulthood and just continue to survive.
They call it camouflaging when you blending in with everybody else where you cannot. And so when we're living in this world, we don't know who has it and who don't have it. Because they're right there in a group, and so when the police roll upon somebody and they want to look at them, and nobody, they don't know that they have a suspect or person that
Yes.
has autism because they're not wearing "I got autism" shirt on. They don't have a label or put upon them, so they just blending in and with everybody else.
And we've seen that. We've heard it on the news how someone, the police, they misunderstand a person's behavior and things like that. They don't understand that they're autistic until sometimes it's too late. And so, they can blend in so much so that it can be detrimental to them
You know,
because nobody understands that, wait a minute, they just feel like this is just a bad person just doing bad things at this time. But
that's
they
right.
don't understand this is the actual autism is a syndrome.
They say camouflage is driven by the knowledge that if you turn up and be yourself, you are more at risk of being singled out as a
Yes,
weird and,
yes,
and subject to bullying.
that's it. That's right.
Because autistic people are often called names or bullied. They tend to adapt their behavior to avoid a repeated event.
And because they can blend in, Mr. E, sometimes parents don't understand. They just, hey, he's just a little different, or he's moody, or we've seen it in our clubs and
Yeah,
things, Young Men Achieving Success. Boys have certain things about them, and sometimes they have been diagnosed with this syndrome, but then sometimes they just go on throughout their life as we see them, and they are just misunderstood.
that's right. They don't like, we have them in our club. When we went to the circuit, I went to the Holland Globetrotters, we had them with us, and they blend
Mhm.
right in there together. You know when they started acting out, when they started acting different,
Or doing something out of the
out of
ordinary.
ordinary, then you know something is
Yeah,
not. But you
yes.
still have to maintain a way so it will not expose them or know how to deal with them.
But as children grow up, they're a little quirky anyway. They have little habits. They don't do little things that they do, and then they grow out of it. But then, like we said, when it comes to adult men, they have them. It's been camouflage or not diagnosed, and they are different in some ways.
Yeah,
They can still get bullied. Just like I said,
that's right.
there was a few stories in the news just recently where autistic men were targeted and harassed and hurt as a result of someone wanting to, just do harm to them.
That's right. Miss, this thing, autism, and we're glad that we're bringing a little life to it, and this is Awareness Month. That
Yes.
everybody be able to recognize and understand, of the nature of autism and how. on incidents when we're looking at how police are handling situations, you know, and the way that if nobody tell a police or tell an officer or anybody that this young man has autism, he's going to treat them just like a normal person.
Or treat them abnormal in the sense of if he, that autistic person has a little funny behavior, he's gonna do harm to him, or he's gonna treat him stern without understanding.
Autism is one of the when I heard from autistic men such as different to what I heard from autistic women, yet it is as important not to homograde all men's experience. you know, yeah, to bring them in there together. You gotta be able to separate, which means acknowledge that not all autistic women, in fact, public self-conscious can include an activity decision not to camouflage an awareness of one desires can hide one artistic trait. Camouflage is linked with high levels of anxiety and depression. Some men may feel that they lack the language to understand their experience, given the relationship depth of attention. The autistic male camouflage has received that could lead to additional frustration and further decrease of well-being.
Level two, it requires substantial support. A typical social behavior like walking away or mid conversation is a challenge. You have high interest in specific topics, a noticeable distress when faced with change, and you may need school, school accommodation or some kind of help. Reading or social skill support. Then there's level three, requiring very substantial support. You have severe communication deficits, such as being non-speaking. Now we've seen that as well. Repetitive behavior like rocking or spinning, like extreme distress when asked to switch tasks. May need one-on-one time or education assistance. May use augmentative and alternative communication tools like pictures and symbols and things like that. Each degree needs more and more support, more and more help. There's some that can blend, and some of them just can't. But you know that there is I had a neighbor when I was who was autistic, and he was not yet 21, but he was almost in that age period, and you knew full well that there was a problem. He was able to communicate, sometimes hung around with my brothers and them. He went to school, but you could tell he would get frustrated very easy. And so, you need to definitely have that support. But, it's up to parents, schools, and, adults to explain that people are, they have their problems or their issues or their syndromes, and we should be careful of how we treat them and know that they have these problems. You can't just, not tell me. You can't go to school and your child be diagnosed and, the school not, or, you come across somebody in the workforce and, they have a problem and you just not know because you want to be able to treat people good and not misunderstand because of their condition.
And that's what happens to a lot, Ms. Hinton. Folks have a tendency of mistreating and, because they're not aware, they don't know. And, parents are they're not running around here with signs on their back or they're blending in with each other, they're playing with the best of them, their social skills when they get, that's what they do in the school. They get them right out there with everybody, and everybody's playing together. There's no difference. He's a male and she's a male, she's a female, and there's no difference in, both children or adults. You just get them out there and put them all together, and but do we separate them? Do we treat them any different? So
Like I said, I feel like you have to educate people to how different people are. You may have somebody here with autism, you may have another type of thing, and I'm saying sometimes we don't do what we need to do in making sure children understand.
Right.
That's a different person. They're a little quirky, or they're a little geeky, or they're a little this and that. That's why you have so much bullying, because when people are different, you have people that don't understand that. They don't understand, and they'll ridicule and they'll bully because that person is different. So adult men, we talk about adult men, uh, they find themselves in the same situation. They may be adults, but they still experience bullying, harassment, and misunderstanding. People just don't take the time to know about these conditions, or either lend support to those that are different.
And that's why we bring it to your attention today. That this is Autistic Month, and we bring it to you so you be aware of and what to look for, and to know that they can be camouflaged, and to know that there are folks who has some disorder, and so that you know how to treat them, and won't be surprised when you walk up on them and say he's a cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, or won't say anything out of character. You just know how to deal with them, and not to get them upset. Know what because you know that they cannot. When you tell them no, sometimes when you dealing with autistic children and men and women, and you tell them no, they go off to the deep end. And that's like a lot of people. Regular people, folks who not have autistic, that's not autistic. You tell that joker no, and guess what? He can have a temper tantrum, but that doesn't mean that he's autistic. But you can tell when you take a puzzle away, and Miss Hinton, from my experience of being around autistic, they like noise. They like noise. They like to squeak. They like to jump out of the chair, scare the devil out you. You don't know. Say, what's going on with you? He's like, he hollering and screaming, and you just don't know what's going on with him. So we bring in awareness, and we want to make sure that you know more about that.
Yeah, so the adult male clients that have been worked with, they subscribe feeling a need to hide their autistic traits. They don't want folk to know about it. They talked about a guy named Andy. He's in his 40s. He's described the extreme social anxiety he had developed as a result of being bullied as a child, for going on way too long about the things he loved. He told he was aware that he seemed to annoy other people. He was aware that he talked a little bit too long. It got to the point where he was terrified to open his mouth. In some case, people believed that people hate him. Then there was a guy named Steven. He just described how he used alcohol to cope with social situations. And he said, I used to think I just suffered extreme boredom when I was with people. There's definitely an element of that, but it's much deeper. I don't know how to communicate with most people. I'm not interested in the same things they are. I just drink so I can get through.
My aunt in Miss Virginia, sorry, we want to say good morning to you. She said their triggers are different.
Yes.
I want also listen to while we're up here. Before we go, I want to happy birthday to my daughter-in-law, my son's wife. Today is Daisy May birthday, so we want to say happy birthday to her.
All right, but I tell you what, we're going to have few speakers on our show, and on our FYI After Dark. We have parents that have children that are autistic. So we will keep you up so you can learn more from them, the experts and those that experience it. We're just reporting on it and talking about this National Autism Month, and we want you all to learn more so you can get better at understanding others
and be able to deal with them when they're sitting around you, when they're sitting at the cafeterias or at the when you're at the restaurant and you see them but not look at them kind of strange. You recognize that the behavior of them and be able to just sit and cope with it.
Yes, because when we were out and the young man was putting the plastic over his head, I just felt so scared, and he didn't do it once, he did it twice. And so I had to understand that this child is autistic and that we have to treat him a little bit different and support him. But in the meantime, you all look, come on over here with us. We're going to just give you just one announcement and we got to go. But be blessed, enjoy this wonderful day, and see you back here on Fun Friday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400 Peace 95.1 FM, WGPO 1350, WMVA 88.9 FM, and on all social media platforms. Today, we're talking about bringing awareness to autism. And don't forget to join us on After Dark on Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. on FYI After Dark. Don't forget to join us. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com, and have a wonderful, wonderful hump day.
All right, so we're going to continue the topic of autism. We're going to have some pros up here to tell you all more about it. And we just want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget the new music, Pick It Up Right. Don't forget bulwarkacademy.com, the books. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and don't forget you can be a special guest sponsor intern with FYI Radio Show. Mr. E.
Thank you so very, very much. Miss Virginia Sawyer said, awesome topic this morning. Thank you so very, very, very much. Don't forget to join us. One other announcement that if you're looking to go to a free concert with the Mighty Clouds of Joy and the Lee Williams and the Spiritual QC, that's April the 27th at 3 o'clock. Doors open at 3 o'clock. Concert start at 4 o'clock at 745 Lesnar Avenue in the city of Norfolk, Virginia, right across from the park over there. What's the name of that park? I had it on the tip of my tongue.
No. Well, this will give you that information.
Yeah, pay close attention and we'll give you more information about what's going on. That's on April the 27th. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we got to go quick.
And it's free.
It's free, and we got some things we have to do, but we'll see you back here on Fun Friday. We have a special guest.
That's right.
Be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much for tuning in to FYI. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, give us a call at 757-714-7861. That's 757-714-7861. Our inbox is at Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Sheila Robbins. We love you, Virginia Marine. Let me get it right, Sawyer. We have Shirley Dolores James. Hello, sweetheart. Robert Nathaniel 71. Join us. Philip Plum. So many of you all are on. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Bye now.
Wonderful.
2 up.